streets. It's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening. Ball in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with. Turn on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing is Jackson. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops.
Every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's
we had the phone with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And he's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Jackson on 1st down. Caught right side at Snead. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And 7 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. Touchdown, Washington! Touchdown! Steven Sims, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Jackson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 19. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19. First carry now for Gus Edwards. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
At the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Jackson with the give.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They go play action with Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. So they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Washington! Steven Sims Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes this Washington 14. Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
Incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm is going forward incomplete. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They'll look to set up his blockers. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington 14. Ravens nothing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Gibson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply...
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
Jackson from the shotgun. Man open left side is Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
The kick is
and he'll bang that one through.
Makes this Washington 14. Ravens 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly.
Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. Third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, Haskins. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 50-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 44. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
A gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Haskins. His throw incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On third down. Gibson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Ravens.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down the field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
And for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
Justin Hopkins on for the extra point.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
A gain of 50.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On third down, Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over first.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And this is incomplete.
Got an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
First down, Baltimore.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Jackson's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Incomplete. Brings up
so 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Sims. Incomplete. Brings up a
so back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The final shot before break. Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
10 at the 21-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and